Welcome everyone. This topic will illustrate the variable plotting capabilities in SimCenter AimSim. Specifically, we will look at the process of creating and managing time domain plots from simulation results, and learn different ways of plotting the variables. Plotting capabilities in the frequency domain will not be covered in this topic, as it requires a more advanced approach. For the purpose of this demonstration, we will look at an example model of a vehicle suspension system consisting of the vehicle mass, represented by this mass component, the suspension system, represented by these linear spring and damper components, the wheel mass, represented by another mass component, the tire stiffness, represented by a mechanical spring damper component, and a road profile input using a signal source component. A signal converter component is used to convert a signal to displacement or velocity. For this demonstration, the model has already been properly built and pre-parameterized. Before plotting any variables, we need to ensure that a successful simulation has been run. When you enter the simulation mode, SimCenter AimSim compiles the system. This allows us to run the simulation to generate results. Once the compilation is complete, press the Run Simulation button from the Mode contextual toolbar to start the simulation. Once the simulation is executed successfully, the variables will be available for plotting. The calculated variables can be plotted mainly in 5 ways. First, using the Plot button from the Variable List dialog box. Second, dragging and dropping the variables from the Variables window or Watch Variables window onto the sketch area. Third, by right-clicking on a variable from the Variables window and pressing the Plot button. Fourth, by dragging and dropping a variable on a blank plot created using the Plots button from the Global toolbar. And last, by dropping a data file onto a plot window. Now let's look at these options in details. The first option is to use the Plot button from the Variable List dialog box. To use this button, right-click on a component and select Variable List option from the menu. A dialog box will appear on the screen. Select the variable to be plotted and press the Plot button on the lower right corner of the window. This will plot the variable on a new plot window. You can also select multiple variables at one time and plot them together on the same plot window. The second option is by dragging and dropping variables from the Variables window onto the sketch area. This will plot the variable on a new plot window. The third option is by right-clicking on a variable in the Variables window and selecting the Plot option from the menu. This will plot the curve on a new plot window. In the fourth method, you can create a new blank plot window using the Plot button available from the Global toolbar, and then dragging and dropping a variable from either the Variable List dialog box or the Variables window into the blank plot window. You can also drag and drop a variable onto any plot already containing other curves. In this case, you do not need to open a new blank plot. The last method is by dragging and dropping a data file onto a plot window. A data file can be created from an already existing plot window by selecting the Save Data option from the File menu. In order to add a plot to the circuit so that it is permanently available, click the Add Plot icon in the Plot toolbar. A dialog box opens where you can specify the title for the plot. When you click OK, the plot is saved with the .ame file extension and becomes permanently available from the global toolbar. Let's quickly go over the structure of a plot window. The plot window is composed of several areas, such as a menu bar, the toolbars, the page tabs, the graphs, and a status bar. The options provide quick access to actions to be performed on the plots.